I do feel TMZ. I'm looking at TMZ. Or I should say, I have started to think that the epicenter, the very epicenter of the British monarchy and the British royal family and the entire focus of the British press and other press from around the world will shift its focus even more heavily, for lack of a better word, to Montecito now that the coronation is finished. Because I think that the press increasingly finds the British royal family in England to be not very newsworthy. People are not really buying newspapers and they're not clicking as much on stories about, say, Princess Anne or Duchess Sophie or even King Charles and Queen Camilla, except for with the coronation, of course, exceptionally. But I think largely, stories about Kate and William obviously get some clicks, and possibly they get the most clicks by far in terms of those people who are in England. But I think that even so, the real impetus, the real story, the real newsworthiness, the real click factor, the clickbait, if you wish, the real raison d'etre for the media right now in terms of the British monarchy, which is the bread and butter for so many of these media outlets in England and Australia and New Zealand and other parts of the world. Um, it's just boring. There's not enough there to support their need for money. They need to make money. They're not charitable organizations. I mean, they're for-profit businesses. And Meghan and Harry moving to Montecito has really created a serious void. I mean, Meghan arriving on the scene was a welcomed distraction, if you will. She was something new and exciting to report upon, to talk about, to bitch about, to complain about, to look at, etc., which they needed since Princess Diana's unfortunate demise. I mean, Kate did her best, but how much mileage can you really get out of one of Kate's beautiful outfits and dresses, which admittedly are beautiful? She has some beautiful dresses, but she's not by herself interesting enough to continue to generate the kinds of clicks that they need to make a profit. And William is just boring. So with Meghan's arrival and Harry's, Meghan and Harry together were just very, 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 very interesting for the British press and the British people, who also look to the royal family for their entertainment. The royal family is the entertainment for the British people and the United Kingdom and some of the Commonwealth countries. I mean, they look to them for guidance, but they look to them for their entertainment, their mandatory days off once per year, their Commonwealth Day. It's entertainment, right? But it has become sort of dull and boring and repetitive in the last few years. And with Meghan's arrival, things started to look interesting. Like it's something to talk about, even if it's just to hate. It's still entertainment. So Meghan and Harry moving across the pond to Montecito and then COVID happening and things like that was definitely cause for alarm for the British press and some members of the British public. But what they have figured out, and very quickly, is that it doesn't have to mean that it's over. They just move the epicenter of their operations to Montecito. They point their VPN to America, right? So you find that all of the interesting, clickable, newsworthy stories about the British royal family right now, ironically, is coming out of the United States, because that's where Meghan and Harry live. And they are the most interesting, newsworthy, clickbaitable thing about the British royal family and the British monarchy right now. Camilla and Charles cannot compete with Meghan and Harry in terms of just pure viewer interest, excitement, clickbait, fascination, drama, etc., etc. I mean, they are drama even when they're trying not to be. In fact, that itself is dramatic. Meghan's long absences from the scene is just something that just drives them even crazier, right? Meghan takes a 5-minute walk and go hiking with her bodyguard and her trainer is the most interesting thing that happened, and they get miles and miles of stories out of this for at least 1 month, just as one outing that probably lasted less than an hour, right? If Kate went on a jog, it just wouldn't generate this kind of interest, or William, or Princess Anne, or Princess Sophie. I mean, it just wouldn't generate this kind of interest. Let's be honest, right? And that's why I say that the very epicenter, the very nucleus of the British royal family right now and the British monarchy is in the United States. It's in Montecito, California. It's Meghan and Harry. They are the very epicenter of the royal family right now, and everybody around the world tunes into the royal family and news about the royal family, and gossip also, let's be honest, about the royal family because of Meghan and Harry. I wonder how they feel to know that they have turned Montecito, California to the very epicenter of the British royal family. I mean, it's just crazy that America is the most important place right now for the monarchy and members of the British royal family. Your thoughts?